Now we will discuss the 1-1-on-2 situation of the 6 basic trigonometry functions. In the last video we have seen these 6 trigonometry functions defined as onto functions. We want to make these functions 1-1 by suitably restricting the domains for the definition of the inverses. So, if the function is 1-1-on-2, then only we can have the inverse. So, we want to make these trigonometry functions 1-1 also, and this can be done by suitably restricting the domains. So, we can see how we can perform this restriction. First, we consider the sine function. So, consider the sine function. We have seen the sine function is defined from R into this -1, 1 as an onto function. This is onto, this is onto, but not 1-1. And now consider the real number line R. So consider this, the real number line R, and also the interval -1, 1. In the number line we have the 0. In this interval -1, 1 also we have the point corresponding to the 0. Okay. Now suppose we divide this interval, this R, into different sub-intervals by making the points, say this 5/2, then 3π/2, 5π/2, and so on towards the right. Towards the left, -π/2, -3π/2, -5π/2, and so on. And so on. Divide this into this. Then we have one sub-interval -π/2 to +π/2, then +π/2 to 3π/2, 3π/2 to 5π/2, and so on. And towards the left, -π/2 to -3π/2, then okay, in this fashion. And now consider this interval -π/2 to +π/2, -π/2 to +π/2. In this interval, consider the sine function. Sine 0 is equal to 0. This sine 0 is equal to 0. This function is defined from this R into this sine function. Defined. So sine 0 is equal to 0. Sine π/2 is equal to 1. Sine -π/2 is equal to -1. Sine -π/2 is equal to -1. If we consider the sine function in the interval -π/2, π/2 to this -1, 1, these values of -π/2 to π/2 is mapped to the values, all the values between this -1, 1 or in the closed interval -1, 1. Sine -π/2 -1, sine π/2 1, and as we increase from -π/2 to +π/2, the value of the sine function increases from -1 to 1. When it reaches 0, sine 0 becomes 0, as in this case. So, In this interval minus pi by 2 pi by 2, this sine function is 1 1. So in this interval it is 1 1 and therefore sine function defined from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, minus pi by 2 pi by 2 to minus 1 1 is 1 1 and 1 2. Is 1 1 and 1 2. And this is a sub-interval of the whole real numbers. Again consider this interval pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2. This interval, that is pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, this interval. So, passing from minus pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2, sin pi by 2 is 1, sin 3 pi by 2 is minus 1, and this pi comes in the middle, sin pi is equal to 0. So, as in this case, minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, sin ranges from 1 to minus 1. 1 to minus 1. So, the sine function defined from this interval into minus 1 1 is again 1 1 and 1 2. Is again similarly as in this case 1 1 and 1 2. This is true for sine function defined in the interval 3 pi by 2, 5 pi by 2. Ranges from minus 1 to 1. Similar in this case, in this reverse. In this interval, sine defined in this interval minus 3 pi by 2 to minus pi by 2. It is 1 1 minus 1 to 1. In the interval minus 1 1, this is 1 1 and 2 2. In the interval minus pi by 2, minus 5 pi by 2, minus 3 pi by 2, same situation, it is 1 1 1 2. So, these sub-intervals, minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2, 3 pi by 2 to pi by 2, 5 pi by 2 and so on, and to today's the left similarly, this is that all these are 1 1 1. So the whole sine function defined in R can be divided into functions in the sub-intervals. These are called the branches of the sine function. The branches, minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 one branch of sine function, pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2 another branch of sine function, 3 pi by 2 to 5 pi by 2 other branch and so on. And the sine function in this interval minus pi by 2 pi by 2 to minus 1 1, this is called the principal value branch. The principal branch. The values of the sine function are called the principal values. Principal values. So this we can define this function, sine function, or we can reduce this function as 1 1 1 2 functions in the function or 1 1 1 2 function in these intervals. We will always consider this principal value branch when we discuss the 1 1 1 2 sine function. 1 1 1 2 sine function. And since this sine function is 1 1 1 2 in this interval minus pi by 2 pi by 2 to minus 1 1, we can have a inverse for the sine function. So the inverse of this principal branch is this sine inverse denoted by the symbol defined from minus 1 1 into minus pi by 2 pi by 2. This is the inverse. Similarly, we can define inverse for this same as that of this, but this is for the principal value branch. Principal value branch. So this is the way in which we define the inverse for the sine function. Sine function. Similarly, we can define the inverses for all other trigonometry functions by reducing or restricting the domains suitably, and those will be discussed in the next videos. Okay.